another episode of Love and Life, where we have real conversations about love and real life. I am your host, Tony B, and y'all know I have my family with me. Start off with my baby love. What's up, B?
What's happening, Tony B?
We can't do our handshake.
I and I.
I and I.
Lord have mercy.
Oops. Sorry.
See?
What up, bad girl?
Bad girl is in the building. How y'all doing, family? Hey.
Good.
What's
We
up?
good. We good.
That's great. That's great.
L Boogie, what's up?
L Boogie in the building. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it.
Let's get it. I like it. I like it. What's up, MB? What's up?
What's up, good-looking people? We in the building. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Say the best for last. Lady T is in the house.
Did you
I didn't even
Never.
I mean, like,
It don't
can I-
matter.
Go ahead, do what you do, babe. Do what you do, babe.
Deuces.
Let's get our handshake in
So as you guys probably can see, we have a special guest with us tonight on our panel. And let's give a special love and life welcome to Jeezy.
All right. Welcome,
Thank
Jeezy.
you. Welcome to the
Jeezy.
Love and Life panel. You probably think we crazy, but that's cool.
We are.
It's all love. Crazy. But we're going to have a good time. I normally go into like the next segment of what you drinking. I see only two people have cups.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with L Boogie. What you drinking?
I switched it up tonight. I made something for my baby the other night, so I thought I'd bring it to the Love and Life table. I call this the Boogie Woogie.
The Boogie Woogie. And I had
Boogie
some
Woogie.
early.
Boogie woogie.
It makes you woogie.
Yeah, make you boogie and you
Boogie
woogie.
I know that's right.
I had to do what's that song say? Back up off and sit that shit down. I had to back up off and sit that one.
I
What
believe.
had you like that, B?
Y'all know I ain't no drinker. Don't even stop. I mean, I'm a lightweight.
Lightweight.
What's your lightweight usual?
Tito's handmade vodka.
Love it,
A
love
little
it, love
bit of that.
Just a little teeny bit.
Yeah.
Lady T, you got the Boogie
Boogie
Woogie.
woogie.
Boogie woogie.
How you like it?
It's pretty good.
Simple.
It's pretty good.
It's good. It's one of Larry's best. L Boogie's best.
The boogie woogie.
Wow.
Wow.
All right now.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm just going to, next segment, I'm going to go into the quick question. And just a reminder, I know you guys, the listeners probably already know the rules, but I remind the panel sometime of the rules for the quick question. The quick question is a yes or no question. Everybody gets a yes or no, and then the person that's asking the question, you get to pick one person to elaborate.
Who are you looking at?
I'm just, because you have the quick question for today, I'm just,
I feel what you're saying. I thought that she was talking about the whole panel, but it's like
Seem like
she
she
looking
looking at
direct
me.
at you.
Right. But
why
go
do you
ahead.
always take self personal?
Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's that psycho. Mike got the psycho bunny on his shirt. They psycho down there.
Psycho tonight.
Lady T, can you just give us the quick question, please?
Okay, the question of the evening is dun, 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 dun. People on the panel, is it imperative for your partner, your spouse, your better half to have an orgasm?
God dang.
Who you
Is it
starting?
imperative?
Who you starting with?
I guess you start from
I
left down on to the
I say
right.
we
got
go
called.
to the
You got
guest.
Yes.
We going to the guest tonight.
Uh-oh.
GV. We going straight to the guest.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So it's a yes or a no, Jeezy. And then we elaborate.
I say yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Who next?
To the left. To the left.
She had to think about who the left was.
I would say yes.
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 Come on now.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Hell yes.
Okay.
What's your answer, Lady T?
You better get yours before I get mine. Yes.
All right.
Yes. So I guess because everybody is all on the same page, is really no highlight for the question. So that's good to know that everybody is genuinely concerned about pleasing the person that they're sleeping with at that moment.
Well, I'm a big to
Nobody
differ.
don't
I still think you
I'm a
can
big to differ. I'm gonna come back to you since you brought up the question. Why is it important?
Yes.
I think it's important because it's part of the intimacy of the two. And I forget the what's the gene or the stuff that's been
Dopamine. That's what you're talking about.
they laugh because they trying to be funny. But anyway, I think that it's important. That's what for me. That's the enjoyable part of being intimate. Once you get there, it's like
Okay.
it's good. So,
Okay.
I think everybody enjoy a good bus out. You know what I mean?
anybody else care to share?
I mean,
Well-
it was for you to choose who you wanted to elaborate.
Right.
But he took over the question.
Because you said you was gonna move on.
Right.
What I will say, and I know this really doesn't. I don't always have to be pleasured. Long as my wife is pleasured, I don't have to have orgasm. I say I don't. Long as if I please you, that's enough pleasure for me. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't always have to have an orgasm
Okay.
Well, why you say yes?
Well, he's
because it's
saying
for her. It's
says
for
for
your
the-
partner.
Oh, it was
For your partner.
The question
Okay,
is for
okay.
your partner.
I agree with you, brother
Okay,
L. Boogie. I
okay.
understand that part.
Not me. I want a happy ending. I want a happy ending. Who want to do it and don't?
I think that was a great answer that El Boogie gave.
and nobody asked you to elaborate.
Right.
As long as I get mine. As long as I get mine.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
All right.
I'm just saying. I know you all have those moments where you get messed with. You may not really want to be, there and then. The worst thing for me, and I don't know if these women up here can say that it's happening to them, but if you get messed with and then you cannot climax, and it's like I'm not a happy person if that happens during the course of that, because I'm like that. What you done
So
blew.
you saying
So I think
I'm
that
sorry.
it's that's why I
Was
said
the
it's
question
important.
imperative for you to have one,
Right.
or for your partner to have
For
one?
both. For both. In my bedroom, for both of us.
But that one,
That wasn't your
I
question.
said your partner, but y'all asked me. So for me, yes, but then
Okay.
for both of us. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Good job.
okay, so we're going to move into our topic for this week. The topic for this week is love is love. And I'm going to turn it over to the Black Whales, who they are going to facilitate this discussion. Y'all ready, Black Whales?
Why she looking
Why
like
y'all looking like that?
I mean, I'm just looking.
I
Well,
can't
we-
believe
we-
the cat got the tongue tonight.
See, we going
giving her the floor.
we giving the Black Whales the floor tonight because y'all don't see behind the scenes. This is actually their last podcast with Love and Life. they will be stepping away and they will be doing their own thing. So this is going to be really their introduction to their new podcast. The Black Whales. Black Whales versus Black Whale. I don't know what the hell they gonna name it,
Good name.
but it's all on you guys.
It's a mess. I ain't even feeling to that negativity.
Hey,
But at any rate, topic of discussion, love is love.
love is love.
Love is love. So at some point, or sometimes in our lives, people, I do for one feel like you can control who you love, who you fall in love with. Other folks on the panel beg to differ, but today our special guest, Jeezy, is here to just shed some light and help us get an understanding and feel for love is love from her perspective. And I am going to let you start with the first question, MB.
So
Oh. You say you want me to start the first
No, I don't
question?
want you to start the first question. Where you gonna go ahead? Because y'all can help me out. At the
no,
end of the
I
day,
mean, what does love is love mean? So,
love is love, and it comes in many forms, many different ways. And when it is put on you, or you have that feeling or that emotion, if that makes sense, do you or can you control it? And that's why I said I wanted you to open up with the first question.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Before we just go into that, just so I can get some clarity around what you just said. So love is love. You said that we cannot control who we fall in love with, and I'm one. I know you referenced some people on the panel who may not think that. I don't feel like you can control love, because I think we talked about in a previous episode how different chemicals and hormones fire off when you first meet somebody. But I think the purpose of us inviting Jeezy to join us today was to talk about, to your point, was an excellent point, of love from her perspective. I know a lot of times when you meet somebody or you find somebody that you fall in love with, your family or your friends or society in general may not agree with your love. Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted to, I felt that we should talk about today and share just from Jeezy's perspective of how she feels about, her love. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take it over from
you. No, you fine.
Mike, but just with the first question that you wanted to go
ahead,
into. Or you or Lady T.
Go ahead, start. That's fine.
Go ahead.
That's great right there to ask her, what is her love? That's my question. What is, for Jesus, what is your love?
So, sorry.
Go ahead.
One more clarity. And Bagger or anybody can jump in. So just for everybody, our listeners, the panel, we already know we brought Jeezy on to talk about her love. So, and
her
please,
love, her sexuality, all
Perfect.
of that.
That's
I mean, this is a different topic, something we've never really discussed outside of possibly us. None of us are in a same-sex relationship.
Exactly.
Jeezy is in a same-sex relationship, so she's going to enlighten us on her path,
love.
how she got to where she is,
right.
what made her choose a female versus a male, or I'm assuming that's probably some of the topic that we may talk about tonight.
Yeah, and also I want to talk about, to your point, El Boogie, none of us have really, we are in heterosexual relationships. So being in the same sex relationship, I'm actually here to educate myself too on some things, because I may not know some things. So if I say something, or anyone on this panel say something that is not right or or offensive to anyone, please correct us. Yeah. Because that's what we here for, to teach us and to teach our listeners whatever we can and shed some light on this.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna take it over no more. I'm sorry, Mike.
But no, that's fine. But I was just about to say, we spoke on it on some episode, but we can't really get into it and break it down. Like Jeezy could break it down way better than us, because she understands it way better than us.
Right.
Like, and she could give us the things that we thought was what it is, and it might not be. So that's how she could explain it way better. Let's get it started, Jesus. Let's go.
So I'll go, and then anybody else want to jump in? I know
you said you weren't taking over no more, but it's all right. Go ahead.
When we were growing up, from just my perspective of growing up, I know that same-sex relationships were kind of taboo. A lot of people didn't want to come out. A lot of people didn't say that they were gay or they were in a same-sex relationship because of how the world would have saw them. Yeah. So my first question
today,
and even one of the things that I wanted to touch on is, I've heard a lot of people say, either through media or just through casual relationships, that they always knew that they liked the same sex. Mm-hmm. So is that something? Can you elaborate on that? Basically, was that something that you experienced, or what was it like for you?
Yeah, what was your journey?
Excellent.
I've been on both sides. I feel like when I was on y'all side, it was just something to do.
Right.
And then I feel like I always had a curiosity of being with another female, but I was always worried about what everybody would think. But then as I got older, I was like, at the end of the day, this is my life. So what makes me happy is what I have to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm going to do what makes me happy. So, I mean...
And let me just take it back, because now that I remember, now that I go back, I remember.
That little boyfriend.
I remember. Was it DJ?
No name.
No name.
Okay. Now, I mean, you.
Really?
I'm just messing with it.
Okay,
But I remember and going back. So in being curious, I guess just being curious and worrying about how that would be looked at when you did come out and was honest with being true to yourself, and what was the response, or what did you receive from others?
Well, the issue came from the mother. It came from the mother. She started acting funny, and she had a problem with it. But then I think after a while, she got over it. But everybody else, they didn't care. As long as I was happy, that's all that mattered. And even to this day, that's how it is. As long as I'm okay, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask you this: like, far as wise coming from your mother, and your mother not understanding, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel some type of way, but I ain't care. I ain't care. I mean, because I'm going to do what I want to do. Because I was grown.
Okay.
So was there ever a final conversation that where you guys agreed, or that she, where she was finally like, I'm okay, or it was just that the attitude changed? Did you all really, put a stamp on it and say, okay, well, and she say, well, okay, well, I accept this, or did it just get accepted and there was no further conversation about it?
The attitude changed.
Okay.
And that was that.
So did you ever experience, besides your mom that you spoke about, like when you so did you come out during school time or as an adult? Because that could
As an adult.
Okay, as an adult.
I mean,
Whoa.
I'm going to say,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, as an adult, I was always that girl, the jeans and tennis shoes, the ponytail or cornrows. And even when I was dealing with guys, they didn't care. They accepted me for that. But if I did say, okay, I'm gonna just be funny and put on a skirt. Oh, it was a big issue. They read me with the jeans and stuff
Really?
on, and that was that. But other than that, they ain't care.
Can you do a little bit elaborating, like, far as wise, you saying you waited till you became an adult? How did that really feel? Like, before you came adult, how did that really feel inside for you that you had to hold this in, and to the point where you was an adult and you were like, I don't care? But as growing up, excuse me, how did that feel? Like, holding that in as, growing up and not really expressing you or being yourself?
It didn't really feel no type of way, because me and the way my attitude set up, I don't care.
Y'all the same sign.
So, regardless of what anybody think, even when my mother felt how she felt, I'm still going to do what I want to do.
Oh, okay. So how can that help other people that, struggle with them issues where, like, you know what, I can't let this out, I got to hold it in? How can you help them?
I mean, like, one thing I can say, though, once I did tell her, it was like a breath of fresh air, like a load was lifted. But like now, it's like it's the style or something. It's like every time a new pair of shoes or something come out, every time you look, everybody's like that. Some people, I think they fake to be like that just to fit in. I don't know.
So that's what I really wanted to dig into as well. When you say some people, like, it's a fad, right? It's the same with tattoos. It's the same with nose piercings or BBLs and all that good stuff. So when you say there's a facade that some people paint, what does that really looks like when it's deeply embedded? When these are feelings that you have, and this is because you said something early on about curiosity, right? Mm-hmm. So was it curiosity, or is this just who I am? Is there oftentimes I hear folks say, I was born this way, or this is, you have what is they call people that have two of the same organs. Right. So not to go that deep into that piece of it, but what does that look like for us, or can you explain that, knowing that this is who the person that I was born to be?
What's the question? Because I'm kind of...
When she says a facade that is not real, some people just going along with the time, the era that we're in. Mm-hmm. And I referenced and I gave examples of getting a tattoo, getting a nose piercing, or just doing everything that everybody else is doing. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you know, or how did you know in particular that this is?
It wasn't a fad.
Yeah, that it wasn't fake.
It was It was who you are. That's what you asked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I knew it. I guess as I got old, I just felt like I started finding like females attractive. But it's like my friends, I never looked at them like that, or like nobody in my circle or nothing. I never looked at them like that. And then some people, like, especially like some little boys, it don't take a rocket scientist. You can see
that they him damn Steve.
You can see it. And then like I done seen like some of these little girls, like little teenagers, they feel like that's what they want to do, but for real, you have no clue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like it's just something to do. It's a fad for them.
That's what I think. For real, it's all crazy. Mm-hmm. It's the same with like if you're dealing with a man. It's crazy.
Guys, the way they so free. The way they are so free. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was gonna be my question to you.
What?
Being as though you've been in a relationship with a man and a woman. Which one was more difficult for you to deal with? The female?
Really?
Because the guys, I don't know if they felt intimidated or something, but
probably.
I don't whatever I said went. Like if I asked for something, I had it. Mm-hmm. And these females,
they a little different.
They crazy.
Could it be that the makeup of a female, the two, it's like
flashy.
Yeah. I think so. Cause I mean, like everybody, all females are not like that. Mm-hmm. You got some that's okay. That's like for me. Like I didn't play with the guys. 3 strikes you out. Mm-hmm. These females, they go past 3, especially if it's one that I really like. Be like, I just be counting, and I be like,
say what you would really say.
Bitch. It's gonna make me choke her.
Can I actually? I know if I'm too personal. Tell me, it's too personal. I know you say you've been, when you was younger, you was with a guy or whatever. Now, were you sexually involved with guys as well as, I know with females, but were you sexually involved with males back when you were? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So, just to piggyback on Elbow B, and you may have answered this, so I apologize. So, did you find, I know you said you just, as you got older, you became more attracted to females. So, at a certain point, because you've had sex with men, you was like, I ain't feeling this shit no more. I get I get my gratification from women. Did you
When I
get to that point?
when I started dealing with him, I was like, okay. I mean, I was wasting my time. I don't know if it's because I'm in control or what. I don't know. It's just a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So I can say too. I know that you are. I know your sign, and I think that has a lot to do with being in control. That I know you like to be in control. So
must be the same sign as Lady T. 'Cause
You're not an Aries, are you?
no,
Leo.
she's not.
She and Leo, right? They the same sign.
So I wanted to go back to one thing because you talked about growing up and becoming curious as you got older, and you also reference teenagers where it's a fad. And around what age were you when you really started realizing that where you became curious? Were you teenager? Were you younger? Were you, were you an adult?
I think I was like 20.
Okay, so you were an adult.
And then when I just decided to just jump over the fence, I was like 25. Probably about 25.
So I'm this is new, and I've never talked to nobody about it because in a sense it's really not your business. You know what I mean? So you stay out of people's way. So how was that? When you first started dealing with a female, did a female come on to you? Did you go on? How did that whole first dialect start for you?
Well, I'm shy a little bit, but I don't
Bullshit.
I'm shy a little bit, like as far as with me approaching somebody, but I don't know if that particular day I might have had something to drink or what, but I was just talking, and it went how it went.
So were you at a place where there were mostly gays or just an open setting?
It could be an open setting.
Oh, okay.
Now, question: are you able to recognize who has those likings? From
when you meet somebody, when you come upon somebody,
are you
can
able
you
to
tell?
recognize
or do you know? Because you come
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
even if they appear to be strictly
Sometimes.
really.
I feel like this is my opinion. I'm not talking about y'all. I feel like every female is curious. That's my opinion. Because I done dealt with females that claim they want to do this or do that and be the same one I'm seeing laughing and texting. And you, I'm laughing and texting it, but you coming to my house.
Right.
So,
I was going to ask you that. How do, what's your take on, or have you ever experienced a woman that, wanted to be with you, curious, wanted to be with you, but they wanted to keep it hush hush? Or how does that? Yeah, that's basically my question.
yeah, it's one now. And they've been around for years.
Wow.
But it was like, I don't deal with them now, but it was only me.
Okay.
And nobody else.
And they still haven't come out. They still dealing with that. And is it family that they're afraid of, or do you just?
I don't know. I guess, like I said, curiosity.
And I believe, because I know a few females who they say they're strictly dickly. I mean, and you see how they move and mess with this guy, and but then some way around the corner they start dealing with a female, but then they may go back, start dealing with guys. And me personally, I think a lot of guys push females over that fence as well by I just believe females know how to treat enough, most of them, because you have females that's hard that treat girls like the guys treat them, like no good or whatever, cheat the whole nine. But I think a lot of guys push females over that fence to be curious or to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this dude, or I'm tired of guys in general keep treating me like shit, so I'm going to I'm gonna mess with this female, and I believe a lot of females go over on that side because of us.
Some of them do it too because they feel like a female will take care of them better too.
Right.
Because they know what they know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
They
I think about it like that. That's interesting. I want to chime back into you making this comment about every female is curious. Now I'm trying to see because that's making me. And then earlier
Curious.
we said.
You curious?
No, I want to dig into that because earlier you made when we were doing the introduction, we were saying that it could be some things that we could walk away and learn from this, right? And not thinking that the finger would be, the ball would come back to that being every female. Like, what can you help me understand where that's coming from? Well, like, what makes you feel that even me?
I said not y'all.
I know you said not this panel, but we speaking in general. So I mean, like, what?
I don't think so. But it's that's like, for instance, now it's one on my line now that claimed that they not like that, but you blow my phone up every day, all day, and just certain little things that they do, and I just sit back and laugh.
Just show they interested.
I sit back and laugh. I don't say nothing. That's what I do. I laugh. And let you go ahead and just will yourself.
And you will no more than that.
But I just said, when we was having a conversation, they was asking me questions. So I was like, I'm going to just leave it right here, and I ain't going to say nothing else about it. If you jump out there, I'm going to jump with you. And I left it there. And they started laughing. I said, okay, I'm laughing too. And I left it alone.
So the questions that they're asking are questions about the lifestyle.
Curiosity.
About, okay.
That's interesting.
So would you, and that's just because you said if you jump out there, I'm gonna jump with you. So would you, when a woman is curious and they keep asking you questions and they feel like, okay, I'm gonna try my hand. Do you, again, if we two-person be like, I don't feel comfortable answering, do you just go ahead and do it even though you know that in their mind they don't even know what they want. They confused as hell. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this. Do you feel like that?
No, only if I'm interested. So if I'm interested, I'm going to feed into it. But once again, I'm going to be laughing the whole time because I'm like, go ahead, keep playing. That's all I be laughing.
Okay, so yeah, still interest. Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever had a conversation with a woman, and have you ever had a conversation with a woman who was telling you all her situations with her boyfriend? You listened, you gathered that information, and said, well, look, come holler at me when you're ready. No?
I don't want no.
You don't
Because
want
then that's going to make me look at you differently, or from what you telling me, then I might feel like, okay, I can run circles around this person if you're allowing this.
Right, yeah.
So you ain't really about the game. Are you in a relationship now?
Nope.
Nope.
I like being free.
Ain't nothing
Honestly,
wrong with that.
nobody has caught my attention again for me to want to sit down. So right now, I'm having fun.
Okay, but that is something that is a goal to sit down and maybe. What do you think about marriage?
I think it's a good thing if it's the right person.
So that's
I had somebody that I thought was gonna be that person,
okay.
and thought I was gonna be done with it, but it was some things that happened along the line, and it went back the other way. But I think if I was to, that still might be that person if things change. I don't know.
Do I know that person?
You might.
So that person's still on your line.
No, we still
Still got your
We still cool.
Here we go again. What if a guy at your job, a guy, just likes you?
He wasting his time.
He wasting his
He
time.
wasting his time.
Ain't no half that door closed.
It's close.
I mean, you honest. You speaking your truth.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
That
what I'm
door
saying?
is done. It's
That's
sealed up.
Why? But why is? I know you like what you like, but what's the reasoning behind it's a? Because again, these folks just said, you cannot control love. Love is love. Although your preference is what it is, like, why is it? Why is it a definite hard no?
I don't see it.
so let me back up a little bit about the you can't control love, because I think so I'll have to draw a line on that one, because when I say that you can't control who you love, it still has to be some level of attraction.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna fall in love with a female,
But you can
because
control
that's
that.
that I can control. But when is because I'm not attracted to females.
Right.
I have an attraction to a male, so I may be in a space with a man who I'm not necessarily
You have an
interested.
attraction to me, baby. Let's clean that
Who
up.
I'm not necessarily interested in, but because time and things, is spent, then attraction grows. I don't have attraction to a female, so I'm gonna say that I can control that, because I wouldn't.
You wouldn't
I
be
see.
in that situation where
Yeah.
you would find yourself.
So
having to do
I
that.
get it, but I just want Jeezy, I want to know this question because if I say, damn,
It's the same thing. She
no,
not gonna put
listen,
herself.
it's the same. It's not the same because this question I'm about to ask where us. And it's been times me and MB be somewhere or somebody walk past and I be like, damn, her ass is fat as shit. Do that mean that I'm curious?
No, because I have a lot of straight friends that say that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't. Who said that?
No, but I just want to clear that up to where I want understanding from all of y'all when you say that that's not attraction, but it was not so much of attraction, but it's what is
She
it?
want to know because she said the woman had a fat ass.
And she say it all the time.
Right, yeah.
And she like to go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
but
a
that
lot
don't-
of straight women that like to go to strip
Yeah,
clubs.
I don't see
I
anything
like
wrong
those
with
strip
it.
clubs.
I don't see anything wrong with it. As long as me and my husband on the same page and we good, we gonna go to the strip club tonight, ain't we, MB?
That's right.
Yes,
Throw
we
'em
are.
up.
You gonna let her dance on you?
Throw 'em up.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, lady. Till you gonna get that lap dance.
For my husband.
I'm saying, are you gonna get the lap dance?
Oh no! I said for my husband.
Your husband getting like
She
that.
curious.
Faithful get a lap dance.
What about me? Can I go along with
You can go. I don't know. You might can't. You can't. Bye. You can't go outside. No.
Nah,
Okay.
Tony B just gave him the deuces.
I don't care. Do you think I care about?
She wanna go
But
She wanna
hey,
go.
Jeezy, this is what I need you to kind of help us with a little bit. For them people that's out there struggling, right? For people to accept them for who they love and their life path or how they walking. Is it some way you can help them understand, like, what I'm trying to say is this be you? Is it some way you can speak on that and try to help them out like that? Because we know in the black community, like, that's this. So we are so much against it, and people hurt themselves and do all kinds of things because they hold this in and not really being their self. Is it something you could speak on to trying to help some people out?
Only thing I would say is, like, sometimes if you just be honest with yourself and just let it out, or even somebody that you close to that you can talk to, and you tell them, that'll like just like it's letting a load off you. But it's I mean, it's out everywhere.
Yeah. So what I'll say, and I don't know if I can help her out there, but what I'm gonna say to the people is that, lighten up. Let people love who they want to love.
Yep.
Don't shame people for who they are and who they love. You love who you love, and nobody can tell you who to be with, whether they're straight, homosexual, heterosexual, whatever it is. you love who you love, and nobody can tell you who to be with. So lighten up. Let people be who they want to be. Let people be happy.
I agree.
And at the end of the day, to me, that's all that matters. As long as you happy, screw what everybody else think.
Yeah.
You know, parents, stop being so hard on your kids.
And judgmental.
Because, you know, it's like anything else. I think it's like anything else when somebody is struggling with, not necessarily just, you know, sexuality, but people struggle with stuff every day that they can't share with people. And like MB said, they end up in depression, or they end up on drugs, or they end up committing suicide because we are not accepting of whatever their situations are. Lighten up. Let people be who they want to be. Accept them for who they are. Love them.
Because you can't change.
You can't change it. You can't change it.
Yeah.
You know, and you have no control over anybody but yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only person that you can control. And once we learn that, you know, we'll have a better world. But parents, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
people.
Yeah, people please,
Society.
but
parents,
society, but
Parents in particular.
parents, like she said, for her and everybody else, it wasn't a big deal. It was mainly mom.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of times that's what we find. You know, people are not afraid to come out with friends and cousins and siblings and stuff. It's when they have to go to the level of speaking with their parents because they don't know how they're going to be accepted, or, you know. So love your children no matter what.
And also, if I can say something Jeezy had said earlier, to the teenagers or the young kids or the ones who think, you know, that that's doing it because everybody else doing it, be true to yourself.
Right.
Don't do what everybody else doing because, you know, you with a group of females or males or whatever, and that's what they doing, and that's not what you really want to do. Don't do that. I mean, because you can really possibly put a stain on your resume for later on in life if that's not what you are. Right. You know what I mean? You're not being true to yourself. So, because we kind of had a conversation about it in one of the other episodes where, you know, if your child come to you and not accepting them or whatever, you know, really sit down and talk to them and understand that's what they are. If that's not, you know, if they just going through a fad, then yeah, you really kind of want to sit down and talk to them, try to get them some help, because you don't want them to say, okay, yeah, nah, I was just doing it because so-and-so was doing it. Right. Or, you know, so just really be true to yourself because it's real. You know what I mean? I think you take away from the people that's really going through it.
Yeah.
You know, I think you kind of take away from the people that's going through it, that's getting bashed and getting attacked and all of that stuff, and you out here faking because you trying to be with the in crowd.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good point,
El.
Yes.
So on that note, I am gonna close out, and again, thank you, Jeezy, for taking the time to come and be with us and speak on, you know, this topic that can help a lot of folks. And I was going to get ready to say that, but I was just first of all putting out to say thank you for coming out and being a part of the panel. But again, if you had anything else that you wanted to share with the folks, now is the time.
More questions.
No questions.
For us.
Not really. I mean, I still have a question that I still haven't figured out myself.
Okay.
Like, with this lifestyle, like some parents or some fathers or brothers or cousins or whomever, they'll be okay with the girls doing what they doing. But it's a big issue when it comes to the boys.
Absolutely.
And I still haven't got the answer to that myself.
What's the difference?
I think
Because it's a big deal when it's a boy.
Pose, you got 3 men up here. Pose.
And you know what? I'm gonna be.
That is a great question because I know we ask it we have those conversations.
And for me, I mean, I guess it's easy for me to say it wouldn't bother me. I don't have any daughters, but I do look at females different. Like, I can understand why a female like another female because women are beautiful things. You know what I mean? So I'm serious. I can understand why a female may like another female, but me being a male, it baffles me. How could this brother like all these women out here? But that's their preference. You know what I mean? But so it's
love is love.
Love is love. But yeah, that's a tough one though. I mean, because I know guys.
Let me say this to you, bro. If that was your thought, like how you keep saying you don't understand, it's meant for you not to understand. You know why? There goes your choice right there. That's your choice.
But we thinking about kids and grandkids and great grandkids.
Yeah,
And-
why is
and
it?
just-
and your kids, because why is it so hard to accept it? Like she said, people are more accepting if it's woman on woman, but they're not if it's man on man. It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when
it's the
y'all
sa-
want to when people talk about having threesomes. Men are okay with bringing another woman into the bedroom, but the moment that woman say, "Let's bring another man in," it's a problem.
You the lost your boy.
Yeah, so it's the same. It's the same thing.
Is it different from the male than the female because
Okay, tell us.
the male is your seed, and that's your seed to carry your generation to go on and go on and go on. As a female, you can't carry my seed because once you become married, it changes. You take on someone else.
Wait
But
a minute.
So you saying
As a
the
male, like my son is a black male. He will continue the generations to go on and go on and go on. A female can't do that.
So if he continues,
So that's
he
why-
could pass that on. If he was a married male, he can pass that on to the.
Look.
So you talking about
Five
so
wives creating.
so
that-
when he say you
more-
don't carry my seed, I'm thinking he's talking about carrying. I'm like,
No.
carrying on the
carrying the
name.
generation on the name. The female, she can't bury that tree. You know how the tree branch break or whatever the case is. Once she become married, it changes. But once as a male, you become married, your generation keep going because they carry the name for you. Females don't.
So you
Okay, but you-
that's where it's kind of
But what-
strange for
again-
a man to accept.
I don't think that's the reason why.
That's your thought, but that's what I'm trying to
I don't
tell
think
you.
that's the reason
All
why
right,
it's
Anthony,
not
you just
accepting.
give me Kirby, bro.
I
But
don't
that's
think
how
that
most men look at it.
that's
like,
not how most men's look at it.
okay,
That's not it.
okay.
That's not it.
Yes, it is. That's how most men
look at
think out
it
and look
from
at
a homophobic
That's not true.
lens.
That's not true.
That's how they
But
look at it.
That's not true.
But that's his opinion.
Yeah.
and
that's
it's
not
mine.
Right.
And it's
so
mine.
that's his opinion
That's
as to
not
why
true.
he's looking at it.
But
But
that's
that's not true
how
because
most-
a woman
wrong or
can
right.
a woman because who carries that seed?
The woman.
A woman carries the seed, and so I don't care
But
what
it
my
changed.
But
though.
I think
changed.
he's saying based off of the legacy or the generation
Of your name.
the
It changed.
So
But that could be
name can-
tricky
the
because
name don't have to change.
sometimes the father ain't in the life, so the name gonna stay the same.
Exactly.
So I mean, I understand what he's saying, but I don't understand what he's
it's
saying.
both
but
ways. It's both
So
ways.
both ways, so.
what you're saying is okay. If you have a female and she get married, her name, all that's gonna change. A male, it never changed. It stay the same.
It can't change if he married.
Not the male.
It can. It's whatever you want it to be.
Ain't no man weren't carrying no woman
Woman's
name.
name. Yeah.
well, I don't have my father's last name.
Jesus,
I mean, that's what we
give me
talking
that.
about.
Exactly. So
That's
that's
what we
what I'm
talking about.
saying.
So it ain't about really.
But
like I said, I don't really understand.
You
You
isolating
You don't have
incident.
your father's last name, but you got your own generation of seeds that you
Right,
create.
your kid. That's what he's saying.
That's what it
But
is.
I don't
It-
think that's where Jeezy was going with
It's
this.
not.
And
He
I
was-
think it was more so on what Bad Girl was saying is why are men more accepting thing of the relationship between woman on
But
woman.
it's not.
versus-
That's
But
not
that's
true.
different.
That's not
I
true
think-
neither. All
And I'm
men
gonna say
don't.
to
all men
answer
don't
that
accept
question,
both.
Jeezy, to be
We
honest,
say
Some
all, but we said there
I
more.
don't know. I'm with you. I'm honestly I'm with you.
But you
trying
can't
to answer that
discredit
question.
what he's saying about
I'm not.
what
I'm
he
talking about.
feel
We
and
back
saying-
to her. What her question
Can
was.
somebody else speak?
And I'm saying I'm with her. I don't know the answer to that either.
I don't think
She's
none of
searching
us
for
do.
that answer. When she find out, tell me because I don't know either.
Yeah,
I think it's for real, and I could be wrong in my opinion, and it's something that we probably can unpack and continue to sit here and unpack. It has a lot to do with the male ego. A lot to do
doubt
with
it.
that, but
Absolutely.
again,
I doubt it.
I'm not qualified to speak on
doubt
that.
it.
Because I've heard I
doubt
heard
it.
somebody say that ain't for that.
Right.
Doubt it.
That ain't for that on a man. It ain't for that on a woman. You know, so
We might have to have a part 2 of this because this right here about to get real deep.
Yeah, so if we can. But
It's probably gonna have to be when y'all start y'all own.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Invite us on.
Since y'all leaving us.
Can you invite us on?
No, thank you.
that's a good question.
That's a good question,
That's a
though.
good question for the audience that we like for you guys to chime in on. What's your thoughts about that? Why is it more accepting for females versus males? So tell us what you think. Hit us up on our social platforms.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna go into thank you so much, Jeezy, for coming and sharing and sitting on this crazy platform with us. We appreciate it very much. We're gonna go into the final segment of the show. Hand it over. This is a listener's question. We're gonna keep it brief. B. I'm telling you now. You received the question
Yes.
that people needed our advice or opinion. I'm gonna say opinion on.
Opinion. Well, this person is actually someone I probably see on
A daily basis.
no, not a daily, but I may bump into them this a couple of times a week. But this person asked me, and they also is a listener of the show, what would you do if you found out your spouse had been in a relationship with one of your kin folks before y'all got married and never told you about it? They said they just learned about this in January, that their spouse was in a sure enough relationship with one of their kin folks.
Can I go
what
first?
What would be your reaction once you learning that?
I wouldn't react because it's their past. Everybody has a past.
Yeah.
Everybody has a past. I mean, because I can go on and on, but I'm gonna just say everybody has a past, and that's what it is. What would be the difference with anybody else I dealt with and you found out about? So I'm just gonna say, I wouldn't say because your past is your past, my past is my past.
PG, you over there brewing. Tell me.
Yeah, so I would say it depends.
Yeah.
Because if we go into this situation and you know that you dealt with somebody that is related to me, then I would have liked to have that information up front so that I can make a decision whether or not this is something that I want to embark upon.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't if I had that information up front. So if you knew it when we started this thing out and you withheld that information from me, then I got a problem. If it's just, okay, we are dealing with each other and then we go to a family reunion.
That's how it happens.
That's your cousin.
That's
That's something different. I still might feel a little certain
But
way.
the two
but
of
it's
them
not-
knew. The cousin and the spouse knew.
That's what I'm saying. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
They withheld that from her, or or him, whoever. That's where I would have a problem. If it was withheld from me, I got a problem.
It was with him.
If you just happen to come across and we long lost cousin and we run into each other and I used to deal with, that's something different. But when going in, give me that courtesy so I can make my decision on whether or not I want to move forward with this. But
Jesus, what
we
would
have
you
a
do?
problem.
I probably wouldn't.
Wouldn't react.
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't talk to them anymore.
But that's your that's your spouse. How would you deal with that going forward?
So you'll get a
After
divorce.
learning that, would you?
But that's gonna be something we have to deal with because it's gonna be like I would say something with trust. Because I feel like I'm going behind my family member.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. What else you had?
Tony B, what about you?
I think I'm not going to sit up and repeat everything BG said for the sake of this podcast. I agree with what she said. I mean, I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm going out here." I just, I'm in agreement with everybody that's on here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start with me, and then we're gonna go from to the right. Me personally, if I found out something like that, I'm instantly gonna need a separation. I'm gonna need a separation. What
You
about
going a separation leading to divorce or separation?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a separation
So
I can figure it out.
And it might be that deed might be introduced.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
if you knew it.
Yeah. The
I'm
two of them knew it, but the spouse just found out about it last month.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, Lady T.
So the same thing for me. I am in agreement with Bad Girl. There is, if it wasn't something long lost, what you did in the past, and it had no bearing on whatever we had going on, that's one thing. But to come into something and get me under false pretenses, that would be a deal breaker for me.
Can be.
So you saying the spouse and the cousin knew?
The spouse and the cousin knew. It was some years back, but the spouse and the cousin knew
And
that
they
they
never
had
said
messed with
nothing.
each other, and the spouse didn't say, "Hey, I know your cousin. We used to deal with each other back in the day."
But y'all already know my answer because we spoke on this. This ain't no different than
Friends.
me talking to a friend. Nah, that wouldn't work. I wouldn't even talk to her.
No, what would you do from
This
a-
is your
you-
spouse
you
now.
married.
Y'all
This
married.
your
Your
spouse.
spouse.
This your spouse.
But both of them knew though.
No.
So your
Yeah, you said
your
yeah.
Lady T,
The cousin knew.
the cousin and
You- so-
your cousin knew, and Lady T knew that they had something going on when you and her got together. And now after y'all married, now you're finding out.
You gonna go home tonight and find out Lady T mess with one of your cousins.
And you just did not.
No,
don't
because I'm
understand.
thinking that the spouse and the person that is
Messing
married
with
to
each
each other, right? The
The
spouse is
spouse
married.
and the person that's married to.
No. Let me. My bad. I'm a little twisted. The spouse that's married together, right?
Yeah.
The cousin of whoever that's
Yeah,
married.
either one of them. Pick whichever one of them, because you know we don't call no names.
I'm gonna say, you know, that's
Jesus,
that's
you see
still
what we got
like
out there?
that's still like a friend. You messing with somebody's friend. I would have never done it. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Right,
but
so
no,
if
no,
you
no.
knew, so if you knew up front, you're saying you would not
Yeah,
have done
I know
it.
up front
so the
I never
question,
would've done
But
so
you
the
don't know.
question is,
You find out tonight that you go home
Tomorrow
and,
morning, I'm at the courthouse.
okay.
Okay.
Point
Court ain't
blank.
open on Thursday.
Shit, it be open on that, sir.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
wrong.
we
Tomorrow
would've
morning,
saying
I'm
That's
at the
that.
wrong.
courthouse.
And
That was-
again, what else are they hiding? What else
Yeah.
is this person not
Right.
being
Yeah.
upfront
Honest
about?
about
So
Cause they probably been in the house together, kikiing and laughing. Oh, nah.
giving each other the
Yeah.
no, hell no.
Courthouse the next day. I don't care if it's Saturday,
All
Sunday.
right. Well, there you go, listener.
There you go,
There
listener.
you
That's
go.
just our opinion, but again, you do you, and if you like it, we love it.
I want to know what our other listeners have to say about that. So please chime in on that one too.
Yes, let us know what
Yeah,
you
that's
think.
crazy right there.
With your sneaky self.
Yo,
No, we
dirty
pass no
dog.
judgment here.
You a
That's-
dirty dog. I'm judging this. You
No,
a dirty dog.
no, MB. I'm
You
gonna
a
right close
nasty
this out.
dog too.
All right.
dog is
Have
dog.
mercy.
Big dog.
Y'all-
Atomic dog.
Nasty.
All right.
So please make sure you're following us on all our social platforms. And until next week, family.
Peace.
Peace.